high protein, easy chicken korma curry recipe. This has a cooking skill level of 3. If you divide your meal into 6, it comes out as $2.20 a meal. So the ingredients for this chicken korma: half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric, 1.5 tablespoons of garam masala, 3 teaspoons of coriander, 6 cardamom pods, 2 cinnamon sticks, 3 bay leaves, 3 whole cloves, 2 inches of ginger, 8 garlic cloves, 2/3 of a cup of unsalted cashews, 340 grams of full fat yogurt, 2 sweet onions, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 200 grams of frozen peas, rice, 3 teaspoons of basil, 3 pounds of chicken. So first pour 2 cups of rice, fill it with water and leave that to soak while you start preparing your curry. Take 2 onions and dice into small pieces. Gonna take 8 garlic cloves. Easy way to peel garlic is to crunch it down with a knife and then just peel off the outside. Just cut off the ends of the garlic, no need to dice. Take your garlic and put that into your blender cup. Measure 3/4 of a cup of unsalted cashews and place into your blender cup. Take 2 inches of ginger, peel the skin, chop into smaller pieces and put that into your blender cup. Next, measure out 120 milliliters of water and pour it into your blender cup. Blend that for about 10 seconds, lift up, give a shake, make sure you don't have any small pieces and blend again until you get a paste. Next, take your 3 pounds of chicken. For the chicken, I'm just going to cut into big chunks because this will help with the meal prep. Next, turn on the heater to a medium heat and add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Give the oil a minute or so to heat up. When you start to see little bubbles, then the oil is hot enough. Add 1.5 tablespoons of garam masala and mix in with the oil. Add the onions and again, make sure you mix thoroughly so all the onions are covered with the oil and garam masala. You want to cook for about 7 minutes, stirring occasionally on a medium heat. Put the onions to one side. Now would be a good time to drain your soaked rice, wash your rice, measure it correctly, and put that on to cook. In a small pot, add half a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, 6 cracked cardamom pods. You can use a knife to crack them. 3 teaspoons of coriander powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 cinnamon sticks, 3 whole cloves, 3 bay leaves. Add the cashew puree. Pour a little bit of water into the blender cup, screw on the lid, shake the blender cup and pour out the remaining liquid. Add full fat yogurt. I am guesstimating this, but you can measure out with scales. And now mix in all the ingredients thoroughly. Pour the curry mixture into the onions and then add the chicken. Turn on the burner while mixing and turn up to about a 7. Okay, once the curry starts to bubble in a few places, you're going to turn this down to a lower temperature, about a 3 or a 4. This curry will cook for about 20 minutes on a low heat, 3 to 4, turning the chicken over from the top to the bottom about every 3 to 4 minutes. After 20 minutes, you're going to add 200 grams of frozen peas. Cook for about another 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. After 10 minutes, your curry should be ready. Check the chicken is cooked thoroughly, so grab a big piece of chicken and split the chicken in half, making sure the chicken is white and not red in the middle. If your rice is cooked, you're going to take it out of the rice cooker, put it on a kitchen surface and fluff up the rice. But be careful, it will be hot. So to portion out the chicken, I've laid my bowls into 6. You can also do 7 or 8. And to start with, we are just going to grab one piece of chicken and go one by one. Once you have taken out all the chicken, then it's just a matter of putting the sauce into equal amounts into each bowl. If you want to be precise, you can just measure this out using your scales. For the rice, I'm measuring out into a bowl and then transferring that to my meal prep bowl. So for the 6 meal prep, it is a huge meal. It is 720 calories, 60 grams of carbs, 26 grams of fat and 64 grams of protein. If you want to reduce it slightly, the amount of calories, carbs and fat, you could consider using brown rice, couscous, or reducing your portion size of rice. For 7 meals, you will have 642 calories, 56 grams of carbs, 22 grams of fat and 55 grams of protein. And for 8 meals, you'll have 583 calories, 53 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat and 49 grams of protein.